to the past presidents. Rotarian Veerapan was the only one who refused to drink it because the powder that went into it was made at his own factory. So now, has it improved since then? Are you having it or what?
They have left manufacturing it.
Now you can tell us what went into it.
It's all synthetic, it's nothing natural.
That was not the reason why your lawn is so well mowed all the time.
That's right, they have enough urea.
Fellowship during the 1960s. Do you remember that time and how was it?
Yes.
And how has it changed since then?
Yes. Well, I remember the fellowship that it was in Hotel Oceanic, if I am right.
And I'd like to know what happened after the fellowship in Hotel Oceanic.
Well,
people went the wrong way.
no, we didn't go to the beach any case. Well, we had, in one of these fellowship, we had the illustrious, industrialist from Coimbatore, Madras. And he came with his, papaya, cut and then kept all over our place. And he used to explain how it was grown.
After people take it.
And who else came at that time, apart from G.D. Naidu? Whom do you remember? He didn't tell you about how to print 2 rupee notes and all that, did he?
G.D. Naidu didn't do that.
Yes, of course.
The other guy. The other guy who did that.
Vijay Krishna.
You have Vijay Krishna.
Krishna.
He's the chap who...
Krishna did that.
And then you had cricketers coming over too, Vijay Merchant and all that.
Yeah, we had Vijay Merchant coming in from that side. That was not in Oceanic. Was it in Oceanic? Yeah. He was from
S.P. Godrej.
S.P. Godrej.
David was another.
Yeah. That's right.
So you had colorful times.
Colorful times. But I would like to tell one thing here. You see, it was on a lighter angle. When the Madras Club president Gopal Rao, he was the donor then, wanted to start this South Club. He called me and said that, look, we have invited you to become a member of the Rotary Club, and then why don't you join? Well, I was 20 plus. I didn't know what was Rotary, as you were telling me.
Well, I don't know even now. I'm 46.
He just asked me, okay, you join Rotary. I was at that time in the university playing tennis for the university. Then I straight away asked him, is there a tennis court in the Rotary? He just laughed at me and said, look, this is a service club, and then you are supposed to be a leader in industry, you are supposed to do service.
In this also you serve apparently.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your time. And I request you one thing, sir. Your autograph on your ear. Let me see what was written for you.
You took it up very late.
Yes. Here it is. It says charter member, ever smiling and affable. His home is the club's favorite venue for fellowship parties. Rotarian Ramurthy. Let me see what question I have for you. Yeah. Okay. Then I have to read. According to the book, Rotarian Ramurthy is into a very interesting product. It's a vibration damper. What exactly is it used for? And when do they need to dampen the vibration? I thought you only had to enhance the vibration.
You're talking from a very personal angle.
You're an experienced hand with it.
Unfortunately, I'm also known in the industry as Damper Ramu. Not a very nice name though. But this definitely gives me an opening whenever I go for a marketing meeting. But then, if you don't mind me being a little technical about it, not that I have given my classification talk anytime in the club. You know, there are vibrations you feel all the time in this, in your day-to-day life.
Don't we know it?
Yeah, you very well know. I know you practice a lot also.
Good one.
The common thing that you know is the shock absorber that you see in a motorcycle or a car. This is called the linear vibration. Everything goes up and down on the roads. That's the linear vibration. There is another type called the torsional vibration, which when something rotates, which you normally don't feel. I specialize in this field.
Fantastic, sir. What about your year as a Rotary president?
I really enjoyed it. It was in 89-90. I was a president after about 5-6 years in the club. The secretary was Mr. M.K. Kannan, who was one of the
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's no longer with us anymore here now. And the year before I took charge, I happened to go to the US on some work. I went into the Rotary International Office because by that time we had already tied up with the Western Australian Club for a donation. And our club had raised about 2 lakhs. So I went and asked, are you not going to give us the matching grant? So when I really started my year, I had in my kitty about 8 lakhs. By the time, she said, by the time you go back, you know, the first person was come directly to us and asked for their funds. So when I came back, I had 8 lakhs. And we used it for the Tiruvadandai village. We did a lot of work in the Tiruvadandai village, and Raja also remembers. And this gentleman, Denava, he visited the club at the time, and then we took him around. I understand, he was so impressed. I understand, I'm not very sure whether I'm right. He was part of a mission which bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So he felt very bad that he was a part of that mission, and he really wanted to do something for the society, and then he gave money also. Is that money which we have used for the Development Center at Guindy Engineering College too?
Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure. I don't get more excited.
Thank you. Incidentally, the book says, this vibration damper man enhanced the club's virility. Is it? No. Vitality.
That's what my wife always says. You go back, go on to be the first one.
So your autograph. My apologies, sir. I've forgotten Rotary Venkateshwaran, who was president much earlier, but somehow in reading all this virility and all that, I got a little taken away, carried away, so to speak. So can I request Rotary Venkateshwaran to please? A personal note, Rotary Venkateshwaran is practically a neighbor, living a short distance away. And when I was new to Rotary, he used to keep me in splits about his hilarious experiences in the world of Rotary. But before that, let me see what it says over here. Successful businessman, keen interest in meaningful projects, brought sincerity and commitment to Rotary. And I can also add that you scarcely miss a game of tennis every day in the morning. So can I have some funny story about your time in Rotary?
But my becoming a Rotarian is not by an accident. What Lions Club gained, Rotary lost. See, when I was in Calcutta for a long period, for 8-9 years, and when I came back to Chennai, there was a vacuum. I didn't have much friends because many of the students, my classmates, people who studied, played with me, they were all away from me. I could not have with them. Then I accidentally bumped into a gentleman, Mr. Padmanabhan of Planning Advertising, Mr. Rajan Adashmodi. So he told me that you are becoming a Lions member. I am taking you by a Lions Club meeting, and you are taking you in Lions Club. And unfortunately, on the day he came to my office, I was not that close. But my father-in-law, who always wanted to become a Rotarian, he was a very good friend of Mr. Gopal Rao. And Gopal Rao, when he started this, South Club, he had told him in advance, you are becoming a member, like he told Veerappan. He also told my father-in-law, you are becoming a member of Madras South Club, and you are coming and attending the meeting at Guindy canteen, where the first meeting took place. And
if the hotel bills are going to go up any further, we may have to go back to the Guindy canteen, I think.
but unfortunately it's closed now. It's closed actually. Now, and my father-in-law was not available on that day, he was away, and he told subsequently, somebody had to introduce him to the club, and he told Mr. Chandramouli to introduce him to the club. But Chandramouli has been keeping on postponing the matter, and somehow it did not came. When Bhadravan came and met my father-in-law, found out that I am not there, he said, I am taking you, you become a member, I will make advertisement later with the Lions Club member. That's how he became the Lions Club member. And immediately after that, Chandramouli approached my father-in-law, I said, I am introducing you to our Rotary. So, and my father-in-law told him, no, you better introduce my son-in-law. That's all. So what
Your story reminds me of- Your story reminds me of the two women at the zoo who go to the lion's cage and look in, and then the first woman tells the second woman, do you know about the lions? They have a fantastic sex life. They do it 4 times a night. Then the second woman said, oh, what a pity I married a Rotarian. So on that note, so you're all right. Yeah, I think I should. Seshadri, ever business like this, take the autograph before you give the gift. Really terrible. And anyway, this book is mine. I am auctioning it in the centenary of the Rotary Club. I am not giving it now.
He is a real businessman. Believe you or not?
Who, me? Definitely, I am only 46. So 90, I mean, not at all impossible. I don't know whether it runs in the genes. The genes are not all that great unless I take after some grand aunts who lived up to 101 and things like that. So next we have Rotarian R.V. Rajan, our evergreen Rotarian. And what do we have here? Let's see what the tarot card reads for Rotarian R.V. Rajan. Your name is hidden somewhere deeply.
Next to Raghuti.
Yes, here we are. The eternal optimist brings gung-ho spirit and the glitz and glitter of the ad world to the club. Busy Golden Jubilee chairman. Your brother told me, so you better autograph it before I ask you. Thank you. I've always been intrigued by your signature. It's one alpha and one line.
1 0 and dash.
It's not a zero. The original alpha male.
Okay.
So,
It's funny. My brother has been following me virtually every photo that life, including signature. I started writing full Arajan. M belt, A belt, J belt, A belt. Now only 0 and dash. That's my passport signature. In fact, I had problems. People tell me, we don't want your, this thing, I want full signature. This is my full signature.
and does he sign with a beta since you signed with an alpha?
No, I don't know what he says.
Yeah, in between.
Oh, you have one brother in between, right? So he must be signing with a gamma or something.
Quite possible.
So, I can never forget when I quit Rotary, and then you were very instrumental in getting me back, giving me one sales pitch that I felt wholeheartedly into. So perhaps you should share that sales pitch with everybody.
In fact, I just written an article about an Operation New Blood, which we had during Shankar's time.
Correct.
How we found it difficult to retain the young members, and how we got about 10 new members in 97, 98. Half of them were ex-roundtablers, as you know. I am an old roundtabler. In fact, my whole world changed for the better. First because of roundtable, then because of Rotary. It opened up a whole new world to me. In fact, my attempt was to do the same to a bunch of youngsters, and you can see the result today. the club has become vibrant. It was very vibrant for a number of years. In between about 4 or 5 years, it's went through a bad patch.
Don't I know that?
But it's, in fact, you were one of the reasons why. You were one of the reasons why I went to take up that job and glad we
Flattered. Because was it because I was one of the oldies who complained or?
Yeah.
And where do you think that role should be played again in the club? I mean, should you?
No need at all. In fact, I just said in my article, I can see for the next 10 to 12 years, this club is with people waiting in the wings to become presidents. And I'm glad a lot of youngsters who are coming, they have tremendous leadership qualities. I'm also happy to tell you, today's past presidents are also equally active because they are bringing the experience. Young people are bringing their enterprise.
Some of them
Coordination is working beautifully.
Some of them are into vibrations. But extremely active.
That one makes the club vibrant.
Or they keep the club live.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great club and I enjoy every minute of it.
Thank you so much. Seshadri, where is the mom?
Past president still vibrating. Never ending, yeah. It stays forever.
We have Rotarian V. Narayan next.
Without signature. Sign.
Marketing man who could sell anything. This is what it says. So, tell us about life after Rotary.
Before Rotary, I would like to introduce my wife. Most of you would not have met her or would have met her. The new Rotarians would not have seen her. I would like her to come. And we Thank you. Who is the old one? Every Rotarian forgets his wife when he comes on the street. I should remember it.
I think the wives have forgotten the Rotarian.
What is the Roma? Roma, what do you say? What he says is right. A historian.
No. I'm clapping for you.
Oh.
Introducing your wife. What he says is for the others.
Yes.
So, life after Rotary.
Life after Rotary. Very interesting question. But the question cannot be answered because there can be no life after Rotary. Once you leave, it becomes very difficult to digest that you were a Rotarian once. So once in a while when we get invitation, we certainly enjoy the company of the Rotarians whom we miss. I really miss what I enjoyed during the time that I was a Rotarian as well as the secretary to Mr. Venugopal, Rotarian Venugopal, a very strict Rotarian, and then I was the president.
Thank you so much, sir. Your signature, your autograph, I would definitely like to have. Why not? Please do.
Do I have the time?
Certainly.
Before I could come here, the president, where is he?
Bashful.
He very clearly said, everybody is talking in English. We wanted to speak in Hindi. There was a demand that I speak in Marathi. So I'll speak in Hindi first and then I'll speak in Marathi. So when Seshadri met me, he said, "Yeah, I want to speak in Hindi." I said, "Look, I am a very poor speaker of Hindi, and maybe what I speak may be approved, may not be approved. I do not know how it is." But he said, "Don't worry. When Nehru was there, all his speeches were in Hindi. It was all recorded in the university schools. So the speech goes like this." Now मैं speaker हूँ न loudspeaker. Loudspeaker लोहे का पुत्र होता है. Means loudspeaker is made out of iron. लोहे का पुत्र होता है. लोहे का पुत्र थे वल्लभभाई पटेल. वल्लभभाई पटेल ने बहुत वॉर लड़ी थी. सोमवार, मंगलवार, गुरुवार सब. और सबसे बड़ी वॉर थी वर्ल्ड वॉर. वर्ल्ड वॉर लड़ने के लिए शेर का दिल चाहिए. एक शेर में 40 मन होता है. मन बड़ा चंचल है. चंचल मधुबाला की बहन. मधुबाला को दिल की बीमारी थी. दिल एक मंदिर है. मंदिर अमृतसर में पाए जाते हैं. वैसे अमृतसर में सरदार पाए जाते हैं. सरदार बड़े वफादार होते हैं. वैसे कुत्ते भी वफादार हैं. उस कुत्ते की पूंछ को सीधा करने के लिए हमें गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ आवाज उठानी चाहिए. जय हिंद.
Thank you. We are not letting you go so easily. So later we'll forge it for some other topic. I noticed that I have jumped presidents once again. I have forgotten my dear friend Mr. Anil Kumar. Request you to please.
Today you are jumping mood.
I know. Imagine, even without touching a drink, I am jumping so much. If I did, I don't know what I would.
Probably Ramon will help you to tackle.
It says a many-faceted talent, a creative entertainer, architect of the Automation Expo, the club's German connection, and the Golden Jubilee song. Now, what is this German connection? Who was she?
It was a 85-year-old Rotarian
Not an actor.
called Gunther Schwebrand. We had a matching grant with Rotary Club of Black Forest. And it was a program which ran for 4 years. And we helped a lot of girl students finish their education. It was one of the major programs.
One of the most interesting stories you have told me is about how the treasurer before your year was it who ran off without putting any of the checks into the bank. So, since I was treasurer 3 times, why don't you tell us this story?
Without naming names,
Nobody will know the treasurer anyway.
this particular treasurer unfortunately happened to be an assistant general manager of a bank. Assistant general manager of a bank. And so the president quietly said, Yodhaya Aponse.
NRN Iyer was not there to look into it. Thank you so much, sir. And how is life in Mysore after Rotary?
It's fabulous. I am still a member of Rotary.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, what is
I am a
that?
member of Rotary Mysore West.
Okay. Thank you so much. 2 minutes. One the autograph, 2 the mic. Thank you.
One more thing, my introduction to Rotary was through the group study exchange program. I was chosen as a member of the group study exchange program to Mississippi in 1978, thanks to Ramesh Raja. So when we came back, Professor Hegde was the leader of the team, and they said, why don't you join the club? That's how I joined.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now we believe in keeping it all in the family. I request Rotarian A.G. Shankar to please. I must tell you a story about Rotarian A.G. Shankar. It was only thanks to Rotary that I discovered that he had married my cousin's sister. After having been a member of the club for 5 years, one day, and Jaya Venkateshwaran came and said, do you know you are related to those 2 people? I said, I have no clue. Then she said, well, come, let me introduce the 2 of you. And that is how I discovered that Lalita is really a cousin once removed. Since then, the family is kind of, though they are never out of, touch with each other, they re-established contact, and therefore, it was a story of how Rotary brought people together. I don't know if Shankar likes it so much because he is now the one Tanjavur man in a Tirunelveli gang. But then I will leave it for Shankar to say what he feels like about it. Before that,
that's wrong. You say what you feel like. I tell you how the Tirunelveli Tanjore thing worked in my family. I came to know that this guy is Lalita's brother. He was the youth director when I became the president. In June, sometime we had a meeting in our treasurer's house, Venkateshwaran's house, who incidentally brought me into this club. We were all set ready for the meeting. The youth director didn't turn up, who happened to stay literally a stone's throw distance from his house. Then I was wondering what happened to the director. That day he didn't ring up to tell me why he didn't come. I just disappeared. So I had a standby youth director who is also again is a past president and who also had so much of work, otherwise he was not that youthful in his activities. So the youth service was a rather, shall I say, non-starter during my time. And then I realized, even today I tell Landa, how can I trust the really guys?
And in today's context particularly, after what has happened in today's,
I know,
you can't trust the
come on, tomorrow it could be my help from that view. I don't know.
Okay, given the fact that you're so much into the world of computers and all that, what do you think is going to be the future of Rotary in the next 100 years?
I'll tell you what would be, what I was talking about 5 years back and my children used to make fun of me. They used to say, Appa will connect this PC to the telephone, to the refrigerator, to the air conditioner and to the front door, and he will operate it from his car. They used to make fun of me and my wife was thrilled when they made fun of me like this, and today it's true. I would like Rotary to stop these e-clubs right away because it kills the basic principle of Rotary. Whatever happens, you may have from the watch you can talk or from the news link you can communicate throughout the world, whatever happens. This fellowship is what Rotary is. If a guy could come from Mysore to attend this function and be part of us as a past president, that speaks what fellowship is, what Rotary is. And I sincerely, honestly wish technology doesn't kill that.
Thank you so much. Next we have Rotarian Shamla. You don't feel like coming up, right?
Just for your information, for those of you wondering what I'm giving in that bag, it's actually a very customized, personalized mug with the name of the past president and the year in which he was the president. And there's a message which says, your leadership made a difference. Thank you.
You know, all these questions, I'm not the culprit really, because Naguji is the man who's written out all the questions. But then the point is, Naguji has left out his own name from the list. And therefore I've jumped one president once again and I've come to Shamla. Shamla, the question here is very straightforward. Yeah, you can. Shamla is always the businesswoman. It'll be valid for just 6 months, I suppose. Or 3 months. Why do you think women haven't joined our club in large numbers? What have you done to?
I think you should ask them.
They said that I should ask you.
I'm not the reason. That's why I said ask them.
But arising out of that, what do you think about the role of women in Rotary?
Role of women, I think it's becoming more and more relevant now. It doesn't matter. It's just incidental that a person is a woman or a gender is there.
So you think we'll soon have...
It will not make any difference.
It makes a lot of difference.
Men will think so.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. And how has it changed in the years since you became a Rotary?
Before anything, can I say something?
Sure.
I think you should all give me a very big hand for introducing this man to the club by default. I said by default because somebody else, I don't know who was the person who introduced you.
I thought it was
and
you.
you ran away.
That was long before, much before.
And then I brought him back by the collar.
How do you think the role of women has changed in the past few years since you became
Few years?
No, several years since you became a Rotarian?
Frankly speaking, I don't know.
It hasn't.
As far as our club is concerned, I think very slow progress has been made.
But we are an old
But
club.
now suddenly I find now with Asha and others joining in, I think.
Who other than Asha? I haven't met anybody.
One more person was there. She left very much. And I'm not
She said you were responsible.
Asha might be responsible.
Anyway, thank you so much, Chandra. Thanks a lot.
One saying, do you believe in clubs for women? The answer is, if all other methods of persuasion fail.
In fact, that one of the reasons board meetings when we were talking about membership and getting in more lady members, both Asha and Shamla were there. They said, I don't think we can ever get lady members in this club because you men are the reason for ladies not coming in. I really don't know what she meant when she said that. I think I was hoping that you will elaborate on that now.
Anyway, we have Rotary Nagoji. His talent for musical fellowship was tapped by both our club and the district. A busy and an effective president. That is what it says. So, how were you busy and how were you effective?
I was never busy. You mean
We
Rotary?
Calcuttans are like that. We are never busy.
I've been never busy, whether it be my work or whether it be Rotary, because I always take things very lightly. And for the effectiveness is concerned, I don't know, I was always shocked when people said I was effective, because I always thought that I was not.
But what happened here?
My year was, I had a great advantage, because people thought that I was not very good research. So I started from really, something that whatever I did was good. So that was one of the reasons probably people said that I was good. Because people thought, what is he going to do? This guy going to do? Like you said, he's going to sing, he's going to dance, he's going to have a glass in his hand. Probably he's not going to do anything. And when I did little bit of things, then it came out, sort of thing that I did well. Then I always maintain that if I can, as people say, become a reasonably good president, I think anybody can.
Thank you. Thanks a ton. And he's the man behind all the questions. So, all compliments and requests go to Nagoji.
I think Nagoji is being very modest. In fact, I remember that when I got into this club, sometime at the fag end of Shankar's year, Shamla took over the presidentship and I got into this family participation committee. And frankly, the kind of work, the family participation, the fellowship event that Nagoji used to organize at that time is what really hooked me to this club. So, Nagoji has been responsible for me truly enjoying this club right from the word go. Thank you, Nagoji.
We go back by several years because Rotarian past president Mutha is here with us. I request him to please come to the stage. That's what it says. The book says the Raja of Alandur. Why are you the Raja of Alandur, sir?
Because they have been in Alandur for more than 160 years.
160 years.
We came here in 1857.
I think I see a subject for my column in the Hindu, but we will put that aside.
My great-grandfather came here.
Okay. And can you tell me something about your Rotary year when you were the president, sir? No, when you were the president of the club.
Yeah. I was president in 72, 73.
71, 70.
71, 72. It is almost over 40 years, right? So memory normally fails when something happens before 40 years. But I still remember the excellent Rotary fellowship and the community service, international service. We had the past president, Late Ramthani, Srinivas Rao, Karaja, and C.V. George, and others. Then the spirit of fellowship, and the dedication to work, what a community project was excellent. We had the project Town Bazaar, and we completed the school building and other water facilities. And every year in the conference, we used to win 1 or 2 prizes every year. It was a record in Madras,
at least 1 or 2 prices was taken. I still have very pleasant memories of being with the Rotary. I joined Rotary in 1963. Now we are almost talking about 50 years.
50th year, so it's your golden jubilee as a Rotarian. I think that calls for a big hand from everybody.
I would like to thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me for submission.
Thank you so much, sir. Would you like to get to autograph your autograph against your name here in the book?
Golden ball movement innovation.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir. We next have Rotarian Madhu. I request the Rotarians who are propping up the bar to kindly take your seats.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Mutha for having accepted our invitation and coming here today. Thank you very much, sir.
Mukund, can I request you to bring your fellowship men to the seats over here, please? We have Rotarian Madhu, the man behind the Golden Jubilee book. So it's a bit of a sense of deja vu signing on your own book. What is written in the book says writer, editor, helped document UN agencies, the American Embassy and Rotary. Brought the club speakers from far and near. How do you manage to keep at it for so many years? Bringing the speakers week after week, ensuring that there is variety.
No, I think it's not difficult in a city like Madras. Fortunately, this is not Arupakottai or one of those small places. And Madras, you see, what I did was, I put out a list of subjects by alphabet. That is, the A, you have art, architecture, anthropology, and the B, you have so many subjects, business, and the C, you have so many subjects. And I found that Madras is a city where under each category you have lots of people. I mean, you just need to read newspapers, magazines, and I used to attend a lot of seminars, so there are lots of speakers there. So if you are interested in it, there's absolutely no other speakers in Madras.
Have you had any strange speakers coming whom you wished you hadn't invited later?
No, not at all.
Okay. And some whom you felt you could invite again?
Actually, the Sanjay Subramanian was one speaker. Now, he said that, earlier when he used to visit the US, he didn't have to attend any interviews. But after 9/11, he was called for an interview to the American Embassy. And the officer there said, well, you are a musician. And he said, yes, please sing a song. And Sanjay Subramanian was shocked. He said, yeah, please sing a song. So he said that he sang an Alapanai which would have pleased Musri Subramanian or so. And he said, no, I want you to sing something with birds. And so he sang a song. He said, yes, you sound like a musician. And he got to sing something. So lots of...
Thank you so much. Thanks, Siddharth. We go back by several years. We have Rotarian B. Shivakumar in our midst. So I request him to please come forward. One of my earliest memories in Rotary is of Rotarian B. Shivakumar comparing an installation where the joke that he said I can never forget about an airline company giving chief executives a ticket for the spouse and then sending a questionnaire to the spouses several months later, all of them replying saying what ticket, what spouse, what holiday was it. And that was an unforgettable joke, and I remember it brought the house down at that time. How is it at the Rotary Club of Madras?
It's fine.
How different is it from the Rotary Club of Madras?
Well, it's a large club.
Don't we know it?
And it's a daytime meeting, lunch meeting.
Yes,
Different that way. Otherwise, Rotary is the same.
And would you like to share with us your experiences of your year as a president when you were president in Madras?
Yeah, it was a great year. I'm sure every president will be saying that. And what I particularly remember was I could bring Swami Dayananda Saraswati for the district conference. R.K. Ramakrishnan was the governor that year. We were discussing about, every district conference on a Sunday morning, it's usually some Swamiji addressing. So, long back I had some connection, 1993 January I could get in. I'm happy because that was one of his early exposures to our Swamiji in Chennai. And it was a big hit, more than an hour.
He's a great speaker.
Yeah, great speaker.
Thank you so much. One joke. Yeah, one joke. Before you go, you have to. And not that joke.
Well, about what subject?
You know the subjects. We've never grown up.
Husband, wife, drinking.
I remember one monkey joke which you always used to say in your speeches. I think you can probably. I still remember I heard this monkey joke with Mr. Shiva, and then he says every time somebody came to me and said I saw a monkey and I was reminded of you.
Yeah, okay. No, I was in a book fair or something, and then one girl came and talked to me. Then said, Uncle, I know you, she said. Then I was looking blankly at her and then asked her. I didn't recognize her. Of course, she said, of course, you may not know me. But I know you because you came to our college and addressed on the subject of mind is a monkey. From that time, everywhere, whenever I see a monkey, I remember you.
Thank you, sir. And you are very And I request you to autograph the class.
Yeah, one minute. I must thank Rotarian Shivakumar, Past President Shivakumar for accepting our invitation and being here today with his hand. She comes here. Please. Thank you very much. She is also a Rotarian from Rotary of Madras.
You asked me about autograph. Again, I'll tell a story. George Bernard Shaw he already became famous. He would simply go and borrow from people, lot of people he will borrow $100, $200 like that, and give a check in return, knowing well they will never encash the check because they wanted his autograph.
No,
it should be encash.
Rotarian Balakrishnan. A gentleman president succeeded with a soft touch, executed some good projects. Now what were those projects?
Looking back, 2001 and 2 was a great year. I had to succeed in Madhu. Who had a great job with the Rota Kids. We had the third edition of the Rota Kids. There are some upsides and downsides looking back. Because the Rota Kids didn't contribute much to the fundraising segment. But on the whole, it was a good year. We had Rotarians like Prasanna Verma, Kumun Jawahar, I remember, he also joined the year by the president. It was a great year, and PTJ Ramsrada was also selected as the RI representative at the council. That was the year. So a great year, looking back. And of course, as everybody says, it's a privilege to be here.
Thank you.
It's great.
Thanks, Ata. Thank you. Next we have Rotarian Chandrasekhar. இதில் தங்களை பற்றி தமிழ் புலவர் என்று கூறியிருக்கிறது புத்தகத்தில். அதனால் நீர் தமிழில் கூறுவீர்கள் என்று நான் நம்புகிறேன். ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்கள் பார்ப்போம்.
தமிழ் செல்வன் வரவில்லைப்பா.
தமிழ் செல்வன் வரவில்லை, அதனால்
தமிழில் பேசுவதற்கு தயாராக வரவில்லை.
தயார் செய்த பிறகுதான் தங்களால் தமிழில் பேச முடியும்.
தயார் செய்வதை விட
தங்களை புலவர் என்று கூறினார்களே.
யாருப்பா இப்படி எழுதியது?
You never read this book? Entrepreneur, outgoing. Where are you? There you are. Do you know he's outgoing? Facile in Tamil and this is worst. Happy in young company.
அப்பா ஒரு உண்மையை சொன்னாங்க.
So, how was it being son-in-law of a father-in-law who knew all the rules in Rotary?
The only thing I never wanted to talk about.
The thing about Padmini's father was that he never approved of young Rotarians like me because we knew nothing about Rotary, other than the fact that you went for meetings every once in a week, and then you had fellowships and you went to some places and all that. But one day he discovered that I was a Tirunelvelian. After that I could do no wrong with him. And he used to always say, "Nambala, the Rotary lab," and then he used to pat my back and so we got along famously ever after. So Satyajekar, tell us about your wife, whoever it was, secretary or somebody ran away, I remember. How did you manage it?
He was not a lady.
I was a lady. It was a fairly large man. It was a fairly large man, I remember. But how did you manage to chase him? How did you manage to chase him?
No, both ways.
By the time I was wondering whether to do the secretary's job.
रमेश कुमार. आपको याद नहीं होगा, वो देखने में अच्छा नहीं. We move on to other subjects. Today Tirunelveli is having a bad day.